In the words of my favorite Christmas movie, pull up an ice block and lend an ear. It's episode 145 of Disney Jeopardy. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thank you for joining me and pulling up that ice block today. I've got Oliver and Company on deck for you guys. That's because it won the final Jeopardy wheel spin a week ago. I rewatched it to come up with 5 clues for this game. I hope you did as well, because it's a very underrated film. It was the last movie not included in the Disney Renaissance, which began the next year with The Little Mermaid, but it should have been included because Oliver and Company is a pretty fun flick. I've got 4 other categories for you as well, so let's take a look at the board and see what this episode is all about. Once again, little Oliver will kick off the game. It's an Oliver and Company category. Your next category is Dick Van Dyke. Happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke. He turned, count 'em, 100 years old. Unbelievable. This last weekend, Sarah McMahon left a comment, as you can see right there, suggesting I do a Dick Van Dyke category, and when you turn 100 and you're a Disney legend, yeah, I think it's time. The third category you'll be playing, it's maps. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. The fourth category is your theme park category of the week. It's faux snow. And finally, what did the club DJ members select for their category this week? They chose snakes. For the second time in this show's history, snakes will be featured in an episode. It beats out Let's Go Skating by a slim margin. Return to Oz comes in last. I'm hoping Let's Go Skating wins the next poll so I can include it just around New Year's Day. All right, let's begin the game with the cupcake round. It's the easiest round of the game. Each of the clues worth just 200 points. The first clue comes from Oliver and Company. This firecracker of a dog gets electrocuted while biting wires inside a car. That would be the little chihuahua of Tito.
I only got one more wire, okay?
Here comes Dick Van Dyke's first clue of the game. Dick Van Dyke's iconic main role in Mary Poppins. Well, I said main role because the Disney legend did actually play 2 characters in Mary Poppins. He played Mr. Dawes Sr., so if you said that and you feel that that was his main role in the film, fine, I guess, whatever. But the answer I was really looking for was Bert.
Mary Poppins, you look beautiful.
Do you really think so?
Cross my heart you do, like the day I met you.
You look fine too, Bert.
Here comes the third clue of the game. It's from Maps. Whoa! Okay. All right. This has to be one of the earliest daily doubles we've ever had in an episode of Disney Jeopardy. This clue right here is the 3,900th in the show's history. It's about maps. I will show you a map from a Disney movie. You have to identify what film it is from. So make your wagers based on your knowledge on being able to not only read, but identify a map. All right, time's up. Let's take a look at the screenshot that's showcasing a map in a Disney movie. Did you get the daily double right? The correct answer is Peter Pan.
Don't paw me, Michael. This is my last clue. No. No.
All right, we're moving on to clue 3,901 in this show's history. It's from the category of faux snow. This category is all about places in Disneyland and Walt Disney World where you can spot some fake snow. Here's your first one. If you want to see some snow, head to this Epcot attraction that opened in 2016. Not only do you see snow, but you also see snow geese on this attraction. It's Frozen Ever After. Final clue of the cupcake round brings us to snakes. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Name the iconic character who made this line famous. You can also hear the line when you were riding his ride over in Disneyland. The correct answer is Indiana Jones.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Cupcake round complete. I hope you're having fun. We're traveling back across the board to read another Oliver and Company clue. Look closely at a watch in the movie, and you might spot this famous Disney character. Who is the one and only Mickey Mouse? Here comes Dick Van Dyke for the second time. Van Dyke appeared alongside Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda in this sequel film 54 years in the making. And even though he was in his early 90s, that did not stop Dick Van Dyke from showing off these sick moves. The correct answer is Mary Poppins Returns. It's time for Maps for 400. Tell me the movie it's from. Well, I hid the fact that it said Arendelle someplace else on the map, but you might recognize Northuldra. The correct answer is Frozen 2.
They traveled north and planned to cross the Dark Sea to Holland.
Here comes Faux Snow for 4. The name of the tallest water slide at Blizzard Beach. The tallest water slide in all of Walt Disney World, for that matter. The answer is Summit Plummet. Let's finish off the 400s with another clue from Snakes. The name of the character from Monsters, Inc. who has snakes for hair. Well, she happens to be Mike Wazowski's girlfriend. And speaking of Mike Wazowski, he calls her Schmoopsy Poo. And who wouldn't want to be called Schmoopsy Poo? I would not want to be called Schmoopsy Poo. Her actual name is Celia, or Celia May.
Monsters, Inc., I'll connect you. Ms. Fearmonger is on vacation. Would you like her voicemail?
Oh, schmoozy poo.
Googly bear.
We're moving on to the 600s now. It's Oliver and Company again. The name of Jenny's guardian while her parents are away. Hey, don't get me wrong. He's a nice guy. Nice guy. Might not be the best at his job as a butler or whatever, but nice guy. The answer is Winston.
Georgette, I wouldn't go in there if I were you. Everything's fine here.
You're gonna be so excited.
Cat.
Winston!
Here comes Dick Van Dyke for 6. Me Ol' Bamboo is a song written by Disney legends the Sherman Brothers and performed by Dick Van Dyke in this famous non-Disney live-action film. The three teamed up on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
5, 6, 7, hey, the old bamboo, the old bamboo. You better never bother with the old bamboo.
Halfway point of the game brings us to another map. Identify the movie this map is from. Honestly, it looks like a bunch of little SpongeBobs throughout the map, but I think they're actually waffles. The answer is Bolt.
Now we're over here by the green lady with the big torch, and my boss has Penny locked up, right over. Oh, here.
Here comes Faux Snow for 6. To promote this highly anticipated new ride, Disney took over parts of Times Square in February of 2006 and hired acrobats to climb the sides of skyscrapers. I just saw these pictures for the first time this week, and they are so cool. To promote Expedition Everest, which is your correct answer here, as you can see, Disney draped this huge tarp over the side of a building in Times Square. And yes, they had acrobats rappelling and climbing the building. Apparently, even the Yeti's eyes glowed back then. A very cool promotional event for the ride that opened just 2 months later in April of 2006. Moving on to the final clue of the 600-point round. It's snakes again. Ke Huy Quan plays Gary in Zootopia 2. This is the character's full name. I mentioned the name a few weeks ago when I gave you the snakes option in the Club DJ poll. The correct answer is Gary DeSnake.
I'm sorry. You are...
Oh, Gary. Gary the Snake.
And your last name?
The Snake.
Let's boost up the difficulty. It's the 800s, beginning with Oliver and Company. Not only has Georgette the Poodle won several awards throughout her decorated career, but she's also graced the cover of this magazine. Answer is Time magazine.
56 blue ribbons, 14 regional trophies, 6-time national champion!
Here comes Dick Van Dyke for the 4th time. In 1984, Van Dyke hosted a TV special celebrating the 50th birthday of this VIP Disney character. It was not Mickey Mouse. He was born in 1928. No, who was born in 1934? That answer is Donald Duck.
Hi, Donald. I just wanted to congratulate you on your 50th birthday and to tell you that I personally have never had a hard time understanding you.
Thank you.
Beg pardon?
Mickey Mouse Rush. Did you get me this?
Well, did I get you that? No.
It's time to identify another map. This one's worth 800 points. All right, well, someone needs a little help with their spelling. We've got the word here, there, and we've got your house there. What movie is this from? And look at that. If you would have done your homework and watched the movie that the Final Jeopardy wheel landed on last week, you would have gotten this clue right as well. The correct answer is Oliver and Company, and I just had to include this map in the game because it is so funny. And perhaps the funniest part is that it worked. Jenny actually found where Oliver was with his map.
It's creepy down here.
He's late.
Here comes Faux Snow for the 4th time. Disneyland's Matterhorn coaster includes 2 separate tracks, with one labeled as the Tomorrowland track and the other as the Fantasyland track. This one of the two is around 20 seconds longer than the other. So both rides go approximately the same speed of 27 miles per hour. But if you want the longer ride, which is not only longer in time, but longer by about 100 feet in track, 97 feet, something like that, you have to ride the Fantasyland side of the attraction. Here's your final clue before the 1000s. It's snakes again. In Tarzan, we see the title character grow up in a montage that features 2 different snakes while this song plays. Once again, name the song that is playing in the montage where you can spot 2 different snakes in Tarzan. The answer is Son of Man. 20 clues are down and 6 remain, including Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic, soundtrack-infused, unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Hit it! Okay, it's time for the final clue from Oliver and Company. I hope you enjoyed your trip down memory lane from one of Disney's most forgotten films. The price per kitten according to the box that Oliver started the movie in. I'll be honest, I forgot how Oliver and Company opened, and when I saw the movie start with all those kittens in a box for $5 a piece, that is your correct answer, my heart broke because Oliver was left in the box when all the other kittens were purchased, and then whoever was selling the cats and taking the $5 from all the people just left the box there. That's like, what? Just left it on the street and let it get rained on? They couldn't move it under an awning or something? Jeez, I mean, probably Widow Tweed doing it. All right, let's move on. Final clue from Dick Van Dyke goes like this. Van Dyke becomes a castaway and discovers a chimpanzee astronaut on a remote island in this 1966 comedy from Disney. Yep, the movie's that ridiculous. The answer is Lieutenant Robin Crusoe, USN.
Here comes Dick Van Dyke in the most hilarious South Sea Island misadventure of them all. Walt Disney's comedy motion picture, Lieutenant Robin Crusoe, USN.
Here comes your final clue from Maps. Name the movie. That is a one-of-a-kind map. Looks a bit futuristic, and that makes sense because the correct answer is Treasure Planet.
What? It's a map. Wait. What's this? What? It's Treasure Planet.
Here's your final clue from Faux Snow. Before Epcot remade it into Club Cool in 2005, this was the name of the Coca-Cola themed area with an entrance featuring fake snow. No, a lot of people say, Disney parks were so much better back in the day, and I agree with a lot of it. I also disagree with that statement in some ways, but in this case, yeah, they were better back in the day. Because check this out. On the left, you have Ice Station Cool, and on the right, you have Club Cool. Which entrance is cooler? Come on. Club Cool, of course, now is basically just a Coca-Cola themed store. And Ice Station Cool was a polar exploration walkthrough attraction that culminated with your ability to try Beverly. How cool is that? Final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy belongs to snakes. Name the Disney snake responsible for putting Tabasco inside a bathtub full of gumbo. That would be Mama Odie's snake boyfriend thing. I don't know what's going on there. Not my business. Correct answer is Juju.
Hit it hard with a couple of shots of Tabasco, and it's the bee's knees. Now, can we... No!
25 clues are down in episode 145, and one remains. Just so happens to be the one clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be for the next 7 days until the day after Christmas. So, let's find out what your Final Jeopardy category is by spinning the Final Jeopardy wheel. Here we go.
What have we here?
Oh, it looks like the Final Jeopardy wheel was just taken over by an intruder. That's because the next episode of Disney Jeopardy will drop the day after Christmas, so I had to do something Christmas related, and look no further than The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's right, make your wagers based on your knowledge of the classic Disney movie. Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas does return to the show for next week's episode 146, which drops the day after Christmas. Make sure you watch it in anticipation for the show. Here comes your final clue of the game. During the song What's This?, Jack Skellington notes that children are throwing snowballs instead of this. Good luck. And time is up. What did Jack Skellington spot when he entered Christmas Town for the first time? He noticed that kids were throwing snowballs instead of, what's this? Heads.
What's this? There's children throwing snowballs instead of throwing heads.
And that does it for episode 145 of Disney Jeopardy. Bunny Eclipse rocking her Christmas sweater says thanks for watching as well. Special shout out to everybody who's gone on to DisneyJeopardy.com to either play the game or scoop up some merch designed by my little Chihuahua poodle. Right, Bunny? Say thanks. you. That was her saying thank you. Speaking of thank you, Club DJ members, I thank you for making this show possible. So head on over to the poll and select what category will join the Nightmare Before Christmas next week. I hope it's Let's Go Skating. But it's not up to me. It is up to you. It's got 2 opponents to defeat. I've got big plans for episode 150 of Disney Jeopardy in a few weeks. What they are, honestly, I'm not sure. But I've got plans to do something pretty cool, so if you have any suggestions for what I could do for episode 150, which would drop mid-January, leave a comment with your idea below, and I'll be happy to review them and hopefully incorporate some of those ideas. But now you know the deal. Like what you saw, do me a favor and subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way. That was a bad one. Funny, that was a bad one. I gotta redo it. I'm sorry. Maybe if you're on this side, change it up. Yep. Hello, bell. This way, you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. This is Bunny Eclipse, the executive producer of Disney Jeopardy, and we bid you adieu and wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, everybody. I will see you. Till then.
Bye-bye.